Hi, this is Carol Butler, unexpectedly live at 10 o'clock on should be a Thursday. I never know what day it is. Sorry for missing my Tuesday show. I happened to wake up at 5:30 in the morning in excruciating pain and went to the ER where I spent 5.5 hours, MRI, x-rays, and they still cannot determine the source of my pain. So there we go again. At least my vet would have given me, well, it could be this and it could be that. I didn't get any of that, and I asked. So it hurts to laugh. So I'm trying not to laugh. So forgive me for missing my show yesterday. It was going to be an experiment in seeing if I could broadcast to two different uh, Facebook pages at the same time. But the main reason that you were going to see this yesterday was that I took the time to make a video about how to carve a turkey. No, how to carve a pumpkin. I can show you how to carve a turkey too, but I think most of you who are anywhere near my age already know how to do that. But I haven't carved a pumpkin because it's a lot of trouble since probably I was 24 years old. And Catherine looked at it and said, "That's one ugly pumpkin, Carol." And it doesn't matter. I'm not showing you technique. I'm showing, well, some of it's technique, but I'm going to show you the video I made and then come back and give you a little bit of information about why we do this, how it got its name. So I hope you'll stay tuned and let me get this video going. Um, Yes, Halloween is almost here. And of course, that means you need to go to the pumpkin patch or go to Walmart, wherever. It's more fun at the pumpkin patch. And frankly, I used the bottom of a real lantern so that I'd have a perfect circle. So I thought that was rather sharpie of me to do that. I used a serrated knife to cut the cap because I still want to keep my fingers. And you have to get rid of that inner pumpkin gunk. I found the safest thing to do is to use a measuring cup and just goop it out, stick it in a bowl. And so it's pretty clean and no bloody fingers from using a knife, but there's still these little stringy thingies. So what I did is I found the scissors worked just fine for that. I drew my face, well, not really mine, but I drew a face on this pumpkin. And look, a new use for a cat food bowl. I did later get a bigger water bowl to sit this pumpkin in. And I cut out the mouth first because it was the biggest, so if I was going to screw up, I'd rather screw up the mouth. There's room for error. Then I did the nose, of course, followed by the brows and the eyes. And if you'll notice, there's straight lines. And I'm still using that same serrated knife to do that. And Skin So Soft is great to remove the outlines of the Sharpie rather than using acetone because I plan on feeding this to animals later when it's done. And this is the pumpkin before I added the, in quotes, candle. And this is the pumpkin, well, after I added a Ziploc bag because, honest to gosh, I really didn't want to mess up my fake candle. I just didn't want any pumpkin gunk on the bottom of it. So my candle is sitting, which doesn't get hot, by the way, and it won't catch fire. So my pumpkin got lit, and named my pumpkin anything but Jack, like jack-o'-lantern. Okay, I'm back, and the name, why did we call pumpkins jack-o'-lanterns? And it comes from originally probably further back than the British, who carried a lantern, and they were the night watchmen. And also, by the way, you can roast the seeds. So all that gunk that I scraped out, I did give to the animals because there's not many animals that don't eat pumpkins. So just don't trash your pumpkin. Throw it in the woods, cut it up, make it easier for more than one to eat it, but the deer like it, goats like it, horses will play with it. They'll bounce it around. You don't have to cut that up for them, and they'll also eat it. So even the raccoons and squirrels like it. So don't just trash your pumpkin. Cut it up and put it in little pieces and put it outside. But and again, horses and any farm animal likes it, except maybe chickens. But the word pumpkin has been around probably, they think it's from North America. The research I did said that. And it's probably dating back to 5,000 to 7,000 years BC. But it comes from the Greek word for large melon, or Pepon. You go for it and say it. Pecan? Pepon? Um, Anyway, I would use votives or those little teacups if you don't have a candle that's big and plastic like mine. I like having a candle in the window most of the year. Otherwise, pumpkins are pretty flammable, and you don't really want a live candle in a pumpkin. I mean, it will catch on fire, and I know you don't want to burn your house down. And it is suggested, by the way, that you carve your pumpkin 3 days before Halloween. But no, I want the fun now. And if it rots before then, the deer and the antelope and everything else out there will get their deer meat and pumpkin to play with. But I don't remember a pumpkin rotting in 2 or 3 weeks, but it could. So again, experts, some pumpkins say carve it 3 days before Halloween. But if you really want to have fun like I did, carve it before and then share it with all the animals. And look forward to being back with y'all when I am not like in excruciating pain for reasons unknown. I can guess what it might be. I'm thinking it's a shard. I'll use that word because it sounds pointy and hurtful. Of a kidney stone. And a kidney stone, I had incident caused kidney stones several years ago when we were having to burn a lot of trees. And at any rate, I feel like it's itty bitty. It could be just a grain of salt, and it's not detectable. So all that time at the ER ruined Catherine's day off for 5.5 hours, I think. I get paperwork that says inconclusive. Check with your doctor. Like she's going to go. How do I know if MRIs and X-rays won't show it? Let's just guess and see how you do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm drinking a lot of water, and we'll see. But if it's embedded, which was suggested to me, that's not going to help. So stay tuned to somebody's health gripes and have a very happy Halloween. But I will be talking to you about something else before then. And thanks for joining me today. And I'm sorry I was late yesterday, but I couldn't get on the computer from the ER.